Home decor. So let's get the show started in that arena. Have you ever gone to the home improvement store and grabbed a handful of paint samples only to come home and not have the confidence about any of them as you kind of stick them on your wall and you just know that they're not going to look the right way in your home? Choosing that right color seems like it should be totally easy, but it's not. So we are hoping to help make that happen this morning with the help of interior designer Heather Sanders with the Restyle Group. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me back.
What is it with paint that makes it so, it's like people may have no commitment issues in their life unless they go into the paint aisle at the store.
That is so true. And nothing is easier and nothing makes a bigger change than color. I mean, I could get giddy talking about color because it's like magic, right?
Okay.
Pop in color. Totally change things.
And it's inexpensive in most cases, depending on the scale and the size of the room.
That's right. And actually, our first picture, these folks are really stylish. They're DIYers. So the wife actually painted the room herself. And what I love about this is what you're really responding to is the color.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the internals of the room, they're neutrals.
Well, and there's minimal zhuzh, you know?
True.
It's just kind of there.
True. So that's 2 gallons of paint. If they tire of that in 2 years, no big deal. Get another 2 gallons of paint and try something else.
Okay, so we've set the stage that it really does enhance the space dramatically, but I want to move to your first tip, which is, which I thought was kind of funny, is foundation is not just makeup.
Okay, and I hope no one at home gets upset with me about this, but here's what happens. Most times people go for the safe color, and that safe color looks like foundation, right? It's kind of like peachy, brown. The thing about it is there's nothing wrong with it, it just doesn't do anything for the space.
Okay.
And so when you look at that before picture we had, it's okay, it's just kind of blah. But take a look at the second after picture and it's like, wow, there's the infusion of warm color, totally warms up the space. Other thing I wanted to point out about that is people forget that white's a color. They forget white and black are actually colors.
Especially when you put them together, because I'm noticing that table on the back side of the couch.
It just pops.
Right.
And they've got little boys, there's kids there, so we had to go with the dark chocolate sofa, but pop in your white and kind of breaks everything up.
Let's go to the next picture and show yet another example of how this can really warm up the space. So here we're looking at the neutral wall.
We're looking at the makeup colored wall here. Beautiful home, fantastic architecture, but nothing really exciting is going on. Take a look at the after. Huge infusion of color. Chocolate brown wallpaper, yummy,
Oh, is that
yummy.
wallpaper?
That's wallpaper.
I want that.
And the green walls. So high contrast totally changes the look and feel of the space.
Okay. Now, are we to the next tip?
We're at our next tip, which is about brown again, and just kind of that builder blah. We have great builders in Arizona, so it's not a down on them. However, the safe options are usually brown floors, brown walls, brown light fixtures, brown, brown, brown.
Right.
And when I get calls, it's typically, would you please help me out of this brown mess?
Yes.
Right?
My house has gotten very dark over the years.
True.
Because I started with the dark couches. I went to the, you know, dare I say, beige walls, the brown cabinets. You know, it looks a lot like this in many ways.
And so this space, what I also want to tell the homeowners at home is you don't have to make huge investments. They kept the table. All we did, go to the next picture, just change out the wall color and add in white again. So you've got that pop of green, white in the light fixture, and white in the window treatments. Same table, same room, same floor.
I think people are afraid of that, though. They're afraid. We go back to the initial kind of set the stage comment that I had to you, which is you're afraid, and we can continue on with that picture, and I think this next picture will show an example. People get afraid to go, especially with big spaces like that,
Sure.
to put a big bright color on it. If you take a look at the next picture,
So
I know you did transform the space.
We transformed the space. Again, this is a color thing. They kept their main furniture, changed out a couple of key pieces, changed the builder lighting, and used color to warmen up the space because those were double vault ceilings and it just felt vacuumous. But here, this homeowner actually isn't super bold, but we got to what are your favorite colors. Doesn't
Okay.
matter what's hot or what's trendy. What do you love? She loves gold and she loves red. And so we went down that road. And so that's always a good place for folks to start is actually what colors do you really like? And let's think about those for the walls.
Okay. If you take a look at this could be any house in the valley.
Totally, right?
That is
And
any
nothing
house.
wrong with it. It's fine. But take a look. This is my favorite carpenter, my favorite cabinet finisher. This is color. I mean, look at what has happened just by changing out the island color.
Is there any way we can go back to the before? I know I'm asking this off the cuff, Director Kristen, but I just want to show that back.
So basic island. And like I said, it's fine, but they've added the corbels. They've done some carpentry work and then changed the color of the island and changed out the island granite tops. And
Let's talk cost. What would something like that cost, do you think?
well, it's custom. So anytime you're
If
going
it
to do
wasn't custom and we were doing it the DIY route, maybe we just painted that bottom island piece and added some, what do you call those little things?
like the corbels. So I
corbels.
would say you could probably do that for about $400, $400 or $500.
And make that big impact.
Absolutely.
You add some little pretties on the top of that.
Yes.
And
Or even
voila.
just trim out the bottom.
Look at that. Okay.
Huge difference.
I'm
Brand
obsessing
new-
about the island.
I know,
clearly.
right? Brand new kitchen.
It goes from an island to a country.
Yeah, it's
really.
true. No, it's true. It's true. And the last one actually in the brown section, this is great. This is it's a custom home, but brown couch, brown ottoman, everything's brown.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous home. What I wanted to show the viewers at home was all you have to do in this picture is change the pillows.
Okay.
You want to go blue, change out the pillows. So simple DIY project. This one, I love it. This is my girlfriend's home. She did a darling job on her dining room. We saw a lot of trending in the past towards accent walls being
Right.
painted, and now the new accent wall is wallpaper.
Okay, so really it's not only the paint, it's the pop of color and choosing the right shade.
That's right. And what I love about that wallpaper picture is it's not dramatic. It's actually subtle tone-on-tone paper. So folks at home don't have to get scared like, I have to put this hugely dramatic paper up. It can be really simple.
We had another segment that we did with you not too long ago about wallpaper, so people can find that on our SonoraLiving.com page. Do a search for Heather Sanders or the Restyle Group, or maybe we can bring that up also, because you talked about how it's not your grandma's wallpaper anymore.
Oh, no.
We're not putting big flowers that we're going to keep for the
No.
next 3 generations.
No, and really, it's on an accent wall. It's kind of where it's at, too. In the dining room, in the bathroom, in one wall, get a really good pop.
And your last bit of advice for us.
My last tip is be foolish. And I love this picture. I love this room, and let me tell you why. The before could be any formal living room in Arizona that no one's using, completely non-functional, no one goes in there. We changed this truly with color. This is now a man cave. And if you
Wow.
think about it,
Complete with the girl.
right. If we would have taken the pool table and just dropped it in the first picture, you're not going to get the same impact. This is all about color. The ceiling's painted, the walls are that rich, warm brown, and it becomes man cave simply by making
But
that
it's not
color
man
choice.
cave in a bad way. Actually, I would want to
I
go into
kind of want to hang out in there. I got to tell you.
I would definitely hang in man cave.
For sure.
I might put something on top of the pool table and craft in that room, but I would still be in the man cave.
And I have one last tip for you, and this is actually where people get stuck. It's don't fight what you have. And so even though grays are trendy right now, there's certain things that are popular. Get your color glasses on, look at your granite, your flooring, look at the undertones, and go with what you have. You will be far more pleased in the long run with the overall picture than if you try to make something work that just doesn't go.
Fantastic. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
You
me.
make it so digestible, and you just really can understand it. So we've got a little bit more information on how to pick the best paint for your space on SonoraLiving.com.